Hi guys, welcome to Decorator Homestead. So this is an update on my garden, how it's going. This week I've been doing a lot, and actually so sorry I didn't film this. And I've got one more week. I'm doing this in 2-week increments. I put an update in my garden every 2 weeks. For 1 week I haven't filmed and I've only got 1 week left to do some filming. So I'm going to go ahead, show you what I've gotten done through the week I didn't film, and then go ahead and film it professionally through the week that I have left. So I'm going to bring you around. So I'm out here next to sweet potatoes, just thought I'd start here. Now I just planted them in just little rows down here. One thing you may not know is that sweet potatoes, they don't have this type of sweet potato here. We actually brought this from the United States, however they love it. They love growing here, however they just don't have it here. They have another type that's similar, it's just not like the occasional sweet potato you may know. I planted them this week, and so what I'm going to plan to do, maybe not this week, maybe next week or next update video, I'm going to take dirt and mound it up around it so that it continues to grow up and just let a little bit of it on the top stick out. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because I want, you see what I did when I planted it, I was outsmarted myself, and what basically I didn't till down the dirt on the bottom of the, I didn't basically break up the soil that really far down, which then when the sweet potatoes go to grow and make sweet potatoes, they won't make as many. I'm basically going to mound up around them so that, and keep on mounding them up so they keep on going up and they make sweet potatoes in the mound. That's my plan for that. So let's move on over to the onions. So I'm over here next to onions now. So I planted from all the way up to the front, all the way back. Now, I don't know, you may not be able to see this down here, down towards here, but all these died, and the reason why they died was because they were all old onions and they were going bad, and so they didn't sprout. They started to, but they just didn't make it. I'm going to end up pulling up these and replanting them. However, all these, they all sprouted and are going really good. Now, basically, I'm going to do this week, do it this very week, and you'll see it a little bit down, a little bit. After I finish my tour, I'm going to go ahead and do this. But basically, I'm going to mound these up. I'm going to get some dirt in a bucket and mound them all up. The reason why you're going to mound them up is so that you want to keep them growing higher. You want more white part on the onion. And the more you mound them up, the more white part you're going to have because they keep on growing up. Then it'll allow more white part. And so I'm going to mound all these up, and then I haven't planted all this entire bed. So next week, actually this week, in this video, you'll see a little bit later, I'm going to go ahead and plant some more onions. The reason why I'm going to do that is because I want to fill this entire bed with it. And then eventually, maybe next week, next update video, I'll be mounding those up as well. So that's that. So now right here are the peanuts. Really impressed with these. They're coming up really good. Only maybe, I don't know, pretty much all of these except for one came up on this row. Now there was a couple of them, like 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other row didn't come up. So basically in all 5 of them didn't come up out of pretty much whatever, which was, I don't know how many we planted, but that's pretty good. And we can come back and replant those easy. It's done real quick. And so that's good. Hopefully we'll have peanuts soon. So now I'm going to show you something else. So now this little plant you see here, this is actually a vining plant, and it loves to vine. Okay, now this is, I forgot the name of it again. Tell you what, I'll put it on the screen. It's up on the screen right now so you can see the name. And that's the name of it. But anyways, this thing gets really big, and it will actually flat out cover the entire back fence of my garden. And that's the idea here. And will also be very productive, producing lots of fruit for us. It's kind of like a squash type of plant. I don't know exactly all about it. This can get up to about 50 yards, I think, 50 yards long. Wow. Kind of like kudzu, but a lot more productive. Anyways, so this thing is awesome. It should cover the entire back fence. I'll have to actually probably maintain it to keep it from going on the other sides of my fence. I just want it on the back because my idea is to plant something on each side of my garden. Okay, so like on the front, I'm going to plant grapes. The back, I'm going to plant this, and then the side, that side over there, I'm going to plant beans, and over there I'm going to plant plant that's called vining plant that's called Grandilia. Let me show you the strawberry. Okay, unfortunately I'm having to hold the camera right now considering I wasn't able to get my stem to work. Now, you're seeing a lot of brown on my leaves, and that's actually due to a mistake I made. Don't worry, I fixed it, and I'm going to tell you what the mistake was. So the mistake, if you're growing strawberries, is not to plant them too deep. That will flat out kill them. Luckily, my mother told me about that, and I was actually able to do something to prevent it from dying. So this was basically from the past. Basically, this was a new leaf. It's just started to get that. Hopefully it'll be okay, and it's also probably due to a lot of rain as well. But here's the idea. The crown that they call down here, let me see, show you, that down there needs to be completely dry. It doesn't need to be in the dirt. If that's in the dirt, you're in trouble. Make sure raise it above the dirt. Let's show you. So it's above the dirt. It doesn't need to be further down. I planted this all the way down into the ground like that, down. And that was all down in the ground. And that's what could kill it. So it doesn't like to be very deep. That will flat out kill that. And it loves fertile soil, and it loves to be in a lot of sun. Let me actually show you the garlic now. So now you can see the garlic here. It's actually, considering it still looks rather wimpy, however, according to my mother, it's actually looking a lot better than what hers is. Now this is the occasional garlic you're used to in the United States. It's probably not doing as good because we're growing it in this environment. It doesn't like this environment. Not sure really why. However, there is another type of garlic that we have that loves this area. And I haven't planted it yet. I plan to plant it this week, and I'll probably show you as I'm planting it. And it's relatively similar to it. It's quite similar to it, and so we're going to plant it all the way down. We're just going to kind of slap this bed full of garlic, that type of garlic at least. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to leave this here. Hopefully, maybe it'll do something. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens with this. Now, I want to show you the grapes that I just planted. Okay, so let's take you up there. So we're up in the front of my fence, or my gate, right here. And we've got my grape right here. Now, this is looking rather, not good. It was because it was in a pot and it was root bound. Luckily, I just planted it and it actually looks a little bit better, I think, actually from now. Hopefully, it'll get some new growth on it. There's also this one as well. We got some, I know it looks awful. Hopefully, it will pull out. I think this is actually maybe some new growth right there. That's good. And so that's that. We're also going to plant some right down here and plant one in the middle, and then plant one more down over there as it goes down there. So that's that for my grape area. So now, last but not least, the beans. So now the beans, I really haven't weeded around them, done very much for them. And so that's, they're fruiting, they're doing great. I'm actually rather happy with them because, there's still pest pressures on the beans, and that's common. But looking at my sister's beans, they're just destroyed considering the bugs. Let's get going and let's show you some of my projects that I've got to work on this week. So like I said, the first thing that we got to do in our garden this week is put mounds around the onions so that they continue to grow higher and make more onion. So we're going to go in and do that. So I'm going to go get my bucket, and we're going to get the shovel, and then we're going to go haul some dirt to get some to mound this up. So we just finished mounding them up. The majority, or all of them, are mounded up. So now I'm going to go and move on to another project. I'm in the front of my garden next to the grape's right over there. I've put some dirt in here, as y'all have seen at the beginning of this video. And so now I'm going to go in and spread this out. And then after I spread this out, I'm going to go in and plant a grape halfway through this front area of the gate. Basically a quarter of the way there, so that there is plenty of space for them to each the vine. I'm doing 2 on this side of the gate. The gate's right there, a little bit out of camera, or maybe you can see the little bit edge of it. And then 2 on the other side of the gate. So that's the idea for the gate. That's the idea for the strawberries in the front. Grapes. And so I'm going to go in and spread this out, and then after I do that, I'm going to plant the grape. Okay, let's get this done. There we go, we got that one planted. That one is actually a little bit smaller, a good bit smaller actually than this one. However, hopefully it'll be a little bit happier since it's out of that bag and into the ground. We've got one more other to plant, but I'm gonna plant it on the other side and I don't have dirt there or rocks in the area. So I'll have to start working on that a little bit later. I guess I'm gonna work on another project. I'm actually may go work on that rock project. So now I'm over here starting to work on this other side that needs some rocks. All down here we need more rocks. We have a few rocks right over here. I don't know if you can see this area right over here. There's a few rocks over there. Got that area, but we've got to finish the entire side because we're going to put the strawberry somewhere like over here right behind me, and to put them there so that we have two, I'm sorry, have I been saying strawberries? I think I have. Grapes, sorry, putting grapes up here. And plant one, basically we'll plant 4 up on this front row. Hopefully that's enough. If it's not enough to cover the entire fence, of course I'll come back and probably plant more. So now I'm going to go in and get some rocks, and after I get the rocks I'm going to work on getting some dirt. Just finished getting the rocks now, and so that's all taken care of. The only thing left we have to do is get the dirt. We just got this area all dirt with dirt and rocks, and I even went ahead and planted this little grape. It's right here. So now I'm going to go ahead and move on to another project. So I'm out here working on my next project. Right here, as you can see, there's this lemon tree. Now this lemon tree is in the way and we're just going to have to take it down. I know some people are like, ah, man, you shouldn't take the lemon tree down. You should try to do what you can to, you know, keep it. But it's in the way. It's smack right in the middle of where the walkway is pretty much. And so it's just got to go. So I'm going to take this down and move on to something else. We just finished getting this out. Yeah, I took down the lemon tree. My mom's been trying to talk me into keeping this lemon tree. However, it's just been in my way, and so I had to get rid of it. Anyways, and she's really not going to like what's next. Yep, that's right, the cinnamon tree. It's got to go. She's been trying to talk me into keeping this as well. However, she's not here today, so there's nobody to talk me into keeping this thing. It's in my way. It's right at the border end. We're putting a side thing, so it's just right in the way. There's this huge stump here. It's just got to go. We're going to take care of this now. To finish, I did a little bit of this cinnamon tree, and you know, I guess I just decided to leave the cinnamon tree itself. However, I did take care of most of the stump, and I pretty much got what I wanted, considering that I can put the rocks past this and it'll be okay. There was this really big stump all out in the middle of the walkway, which wasn't really convenient, so I chopped on this a little bit. Now it's fine. I'm going to move on to another project. We're over here in the onion area, and we've got a whole thing of onions right here. We're going to go and plant these. They're kind of like a thin, long onion. If I've showed you this in another video, I may have, I'm not sure. We're going to go in and plant this bed right here because we only planted like maybe a third of it. So we need to go in and plant the other 2/3. This probably won't even be enough for what we've got here. So we'll have to go get another bunch soon. So I'm going to go in and plant. So now we've finished planting the onions that we have. We actually didn't finish planting the entire bed. We probably only have right now 2/3 of it planted so far. We have to plant the other third, and we'll get that planted probably next week. In the next update video, you'll see that, and so that'll be good. And hopefully we'll have this entire bed filled. That's it for this video. I can't think of anything else I'm going to do before tomorrow, which is when I have to edit this video up and get everything ready for me to upload it. Guys, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more videos like this one. Check me out on Patreon if you haven't already. I post a lot of other update videos on other gardens that my siblings are making, and I do bird pictures now and just updates on homestead, and as well I do some here and there, not very often, but I do some vlogs in my town. So if you're interested in, you know, what life is like in Ecuador, check those videos out as well. I'll leave a link in the description. You can check me out right there. Okay, like, subscribe, become a patron, and I'll see you next time in Ecuador Homestead.